Hi everyone, I thought it was time to see if we could do a video walkthrough of the lower circular walk. So here we are starting at the green in Churchdown, and we're going to go left here and do the clockwise circuit. So we'll have a quick run through. The lower circular walk is about 2 miles in length, just under. So if you walk without stopping, it's probably about a 45-minute walk. So first of all, we're going to go over the style here. Just have a quick look up there. That's the lane up to the church if you were driving. Okay, here's a doggy bin. This is the only doggy bin on the route, so please bag it and bin it if you've got your dogs with you. Okay, so this is the corner field, and the path goes across towards the lamb feeder that you can see in the middle of the field there. We're just going to go around this long grass and head across that direction. Up towards the top of the field there is the stile that you can cross over, and if you go directly across you can go up through the pines towards the church. We're following the path that you can just about make out in the spring grass here. There is a path that crosses from the left there, that's Churchdown, and there's a stile just down at the bottom there, and that's Crafty Lane. This is a good view from the cornfield. You see Churchdown village there. You can make out the old Elm Inn. You can also make out Churchdown Club. Over to the right, Chosen Hill School. In the distance, Gloucestershire Airport, or what we used to know as Staverton Airport. And in the far distance is Breeden Hill. We're going to carry on going clockwise up the field this direction. Okay, so we're approaching the next stile. This is very much a walker's walk, and does require climbing in numerous places. And the thing to be aware of in all these fields is, although there are no occupants at the moment, the Chosen Hill sheep and lambs, when they have them, are frequently in these fields, and if you're not sure, please do keep them on a lead. You don't want to have any unfortunate accidents with sheep worrying or something like that. Right, so we're a bit further across the field, and that's the path down to the stile, which is opposite the end of the Brockworth Road, and you can walk up that way from the centre of the village, up Payne's Pitch, and find it that way. If you have a look at our maps, it'll give you the directions to find that gateway. In the distance there is GCHQ. And in the far distance, looking across Cheltenham, you can just about make out Cheltenham in this light. On the top of Cleve Hill are the 3 pylons. We're coming around all the fields, looking very long and ready for haymaking or silage there. Just carry on here. The path up from Brockworth Road goes up. You can't quite see it because it's all very overgrown, but there's the stile there which comes out by the stables. And if you can just see through the trees there, there's a glimpse of St Bartholomew's up on the top. We're carrying on this way, and we're about to go over the next stile. Again, crossing into another field where there could be sheep, so please do bear that in mind if you've got doggy friends. As well as the sheep, you can sometimes find yourself looking at deer. And at this part of the hill, I've certainly seen both of the two kinds of deer that we've got on the hill that I know of, which are roe deer and muntjac. And again, with the dogs, if you've got dogs, and particularly if they're very quick dogs, please be minded of that, because deer do tend to stop in very quiet little spots, or what they think are quiet spots, and can easily be disturbed and then go for a good run, and a dog might soon be in tow. The path just basically follows this gentle curve around this bank here on the right, and we're going to join the path that goes through the Bluebell Woods in a moment, that comes down from the church car park. If we just look over in that direction, it's a bit hidden today because of the greenery, but over behind there you can see Cooper's Hill, which is where the world famous cheese rolling takes place. I'm sure we'll get another view of it soon. The path also goes up through those trees there and joins the path a little bit further on. And here you have the option of the two paths, or the two directions I should say. And up that way, that heads back up. You stay on the path directly to the church car park, and there's a little offshoot to the right hand side round the bend that goes up to the lane just above the stables and the old gates to the reservoir area. We're going to head on this way, and this on the right here is the Bluebell Woods. Now, although it's early June, it's the 5th of June 2024 when I'm filming this, we've had a very wet spring, and although we've had a fair bit of sunshine in the last couple of weeks, the ground in some areas is still pretty damp, which may make it tricky, and I'll flag those places as we go. Lots of routes through this woodland. This is an established woodland. That's where all the bluebells are. The bluebells are fantastic through here at April-May time. And down there on the left, that's the stile that joins the path we just come from, basically. The path through this bit of woodland probably continues for about 150 yards or so before you need to think about directions again. Here you can see where the landowner sent out their tree surgeons to deal with some fallen trees recently. Yeah, here's one of the areas that gets a little bit tricky. It's sort of very shaded, and the path is a bit muddy. Not as bad as it was the last time, but does require a bit of a hop, a skip and a jump. The area up to the right here, which, as I say, is absolutely fantastic when it's full of bluebells. That actually is the bank that goes up to the southeastern reservoir. There's 3 on the top of the hill, and they're all known as Churchdown Higher. So we're just approaching the point where you need to make a decision about which way you want to go. Up ahead there is another stile, and if you go across there a little bit further, there's a choice of going left or right. Right will find its way back to where we're going now, a little bit further on, although you get to walk through a field and have a view of the Brockworth area and all the development and things going on out in that direction. To the left, however, there's a path that goes past the lower reservoir, which is Churchdown Lower. And if you follow the path round, there is a service road which the path follows, which takes you down to Hucklecote Lane or Churchdown Lane. We're going to follow the path around to the right, if I can get past this sticky bit. And we're going to walk up through another bit of the woods that, if you've seen the last video, there's a lot more growth here than there was back then, and the brambles are starting to pick up now, so be very aware if you are walking through the summer that there are a lot of brambles and you can easily get skewered on them. Okay, so we're approaching the next options as far as paths are concerned. This is an old style that's basically been bypassed after lots of walkers have gone by now. And the choice here is you can head up towards the reservoir on that path there, and there's a flight of steps there which are quite steep, and that takes you up to the pines that are around the edge of that reservoir we just talked about. We're going to carry on the lower circular walk, which goes this way, and there's an immediate choice again, which doesn't really matter as long as you bear right. As I say, the brambles are starting to get long now, and you have to be careful either way. On this occasion we're going to go down through here on the left and under this rather lovely oak tree here. So we go through the gap again, watch the brambles. This is one of the areas where the friends of Churchdown Hill do come up and cut back the brambles and the paths, grass and so on, and I'm sure they'll be up here at some point soon. That's the path that goes back and meets where we just talked about going across that black stile and the Churchdown Lower Reservoir. So that's where you would come from if you took that route through the field. We're going to go this way, and now, as you can see, it doesn't take far before we've got another path coming in, and that's the path that we didn't come down, that was just above the tree that we've just gone under, and that goes up that direction there. Okay, and straight away another path. And on a video before I took a little detour up there to show viewers the stone stile that's up there, and it's really quite grown at the moment through there, but it's well worth a look if it's on a dry day, especially if you can get through there without any problems with the brambles and the nettles. And we're very much on the Hucklecote side of the hill now, and if you can just see through the trees there, that's Gloucester Business Park in the distance, and you can just see the M5 and the traffic on the M5 whizzing through. It's just rough underfoot here, which the caution really is just to be aware of that, because you can't see all the lumps and bumps. And we've got another division of paths here, and the path to the right here, going up there, that path goes directly straight up to the new radio mast and the middle of the reservoirs. And it's a quick route to the church from here. You can see up in the distance actually the top of the new radio mast. And we're going to carry on through here. This is continuing on the circular path, and we're about to go through one of the big landmarks of this journey, which is the Buckled Gate. And you can't see the buckle very well now with all those nettles there, but it's there, you can see it. And here we've got one of the kissing gates. Now this is Stump Lane, and this is the corner of Stump Lane, and that way goes down towards Hucklecote. The really good thing about this walk is that it's a walk you can join from whichever direction of the hill you come up, and you could use it as a bit of a bypass and find your way to other parts of the hill once you know where it is. This is a private road, as the signs say there, and it's just got a footpath going along it. Stump Lane is a lovely walk. Even at this time of the year, you can catch glimpses of the Cotswolds and everything that lies beyond, and there's all sorts of interesting animals in these fields. Pretty sure I've seen some alpacas. It is a single track road. There isn't much traffic, but cars do come along, and it's wise to be prepared to step into the side, which is okay at the moment because the grass has been cut back, but you may need to just make room for a car to go by. Let's get another little glimpse out on the left there. I don't know if you can just make out Robinswood Hill, and down through there across the fields is Zoons Court roundabout. So If you're doing the fairy door walk, or want to do some of the fairy doors as part of this walk, here's number one. If you like trees, this side of the hill has some absolutely amazing oak trees, and you can walk down. There's a path that goes through those down there, which I'll show you in a moment. First of all though, on the right hand side here, up through these bushes and trees, are the tumps, or the middle of the tumps I should say, and what we knew as kids as camel's humps. And here's the path coming across here, down to the left, and that direction there goes down. If you follow that path, it will actually take you down to Larkhay Road at Hucklecote, and if you want to go further, you can actually do a really big boundary walk of the whole area that the hill is sat within, which will take you around to the Horse Bear Reserve, and then if you continue, you can go right the way around and follow the railway back towards Purton in that direction. Over on this side, that's the path up through the tumps. Okay. And we're going to continue onwards here. The next thing to see is the scarecrow, Jack, which this season has got a habit on. Please do bear in mind that all of the houses along this route are private and they don't have rights of way through them. One of the really interesting things to see, which everybody gets excited about, and still not that many people know about, is the golden egg. And if you just come in here and look over the fence, you can get a very good look at it down through there, which is now Buscombe Noak. And we'll stop filming in a moment as you go past the cottages here. But again, if you have dogs, please do keep them on leads, and everybody wins. Right, so we just walked down past the cottages at Buscombe Noak, and this is where where we rejoin the path into the woodlands and so on. And just be careful with your footing as you go through. And this is one of the bits that can be very tricky, and actually it's not as tricky today as it was coming through the Bluebell Woods, which is talking about different path choices. There's a path coming up just to the right here, which will, if you follow it, will take you to the top entry to the tumps, or camel's humps. We're going to carry on this way, and if the path's very tricky just through here, you can, and many people do, bypass it by just stepping into the woods. There's sort of like a parallel pathway, but we're not going to follow that because we'll miss some of the important landmarks. So this is where you can deviate off the lower circular walk and go down towards Zoons Court. The path is actually pretty good here at the moment. May well be to do with the work that the farmer's been doing to clear the boundary here, and the stile that was here is gone, and there's a ditch here which you want to be careful of. And there's lots of loose branches and things around, so be careful underfoot, but you can step across. And then down there is Zoons Court. Over there on the left hand side, Robinswood Hill, and over there in the distance May Hill. You can see Gloucester Cathedral over there on the left. You can see Kingsholm Stadium, and there's Thomas Rich's School there, the blue building. We're going to go left, and we're going to continue on the lower circular walk this way. Those of an older vintage will remember this all being fields through here, this part of the New Woods and the bit that we're going to go into in a moment. And there was certainly livestock, and in this, what was the field just behind me, it's where there often used to be a little herd of cows. Another option on direction here, this path here, actually if you can follow it in its natural degree, its natural gradient goes up to the bottom of the wet steps. From there you can go straight on and actually go back to the green, or to the left, right at the top, goes out onto Tinker's Hill. We're going to join the path through the New Woods here, which is down to the left here. I had hoped that the paths would be significantly better than this today, but we have to make the best of what we can, and that's where we've just come from. And this is round to the right as you come down from there. This is going into the new woods, and this is the continuation of the lower circular walk. So the walk is pretty uninterrupted for a little way through the middle part of the new woods, and this is where things change a little bit. As we're looking ahead here, up to our right here is Tinker's Hill. Through here the paths are a little bit tricky at the moment, and up here, this little path to the right, there's that's the Woodland Trust area just through that stile there. We're going to continue through here, and we're going to watch our footing and be a little bit careful as we go through. One of the reasons why it gets mucky down here, not specifically this bit where I'm literally walking now, but just where you can see it start to broaden out there, is it historically was a gateway between the fields, and so it gets very boggy easily because you can just see the gatepost there. There's a little bit of a bypass that you can just follow around the back here. Again, can be a little slippy if it's been raining, but it's okay today, and it avoids the tricky bit of the path there. The bottomless trough is down there, and if you find your way through to the fields, you get a really good view of the railway side of the hill that way. There's all sorts of wildlife in these woods, as there is right the way around the hill as well. And if you're really interested in the wildlife and you see anything interesting, please do use our wildlife survey, which you'll find on our blog page. Very easy to complete, and just tell us what you've seen, and if you can, give us a what 3 words location, and just send it in. Another path there going down, which follow this path and it does directly go to the corner of the new woods. Just approaching the end of the new woods bit on this path. Again, a bit mucky through there. There's an alternative through the trees here, and this here is another option. It's actually an option that goes to the same place as far as this walk is concerned. If you follow the path up through there to the right there, you go across the lorry bed bridge, and it will take you to the bottom of Tinker's Hill and the orientation board. We're going to walk through just this little bit here so you can have a look at the view and see the railway side of the hill. You see the field barn, you can see the scraggly tree, and to the left there is the corner of the new woods, and we're going to walk this way. That's John Daniel's playing fields down there. The Malverns in the distance with the rainstorm in that direction. We're going to carry on around the top headland of this field. So right in that direction you can just see Sir Thomas Rich's School, the blue building, just to the right of the tree that's at the corner of the new woods. And you can make out the railway there below Mayhill. And Whittaker March is just down there, and there's the four-ways tree too, which is right in the middle of those 4 field boundaries. Just going to take the camera back, and because you can just see another perspective of Gloucester there, and you can see the cathedral with the sunlight shining on it, and Gloucestershire Royal Hospital. Horsebear Reserve is just up there in the distance, and there's a path that tracks all the way along the edge of the railway, all the way down here, which is a really nice walk from Purton. And as I said, there's a pub at the end of there, which you find on the pub walk that we've got on our website. And we're going to hop across this stile here and into the railway field. Just coming around railway field, that far corner there, that's the Purton Gate, and if you walk through there it comes out just by Purton Railway Bridge. We're going to walk up here to the right to the top of the railway field. Okay, so that's just where we've come from, that gap you can see in the brambles there, and looking across you can just see Mayhill again. You can actually just see Elmbridge Court through there as well, and then the houses out on Cheltenham Road East, the Chosen Hill Cows. We're going to go up through the Kissing Gate here. Path's not brilliant, but it's passable if you're careful. And this is back into Woodland Trust area. And we've talked about the great paths they installed 2 or 3 years ago, and they also installed 3 orientation boards on the hill to show visitors around their area. And this is the top of the railway field, or the bottom of Tinkers Hill. You can see those wonderful pines there from this perspective, and there's the orientation board. Now, if you'd taken the route through there, which is where you had a choice a little while ago, and I said you could come across the lorry bed bridge, you can actually just see Gloucester Cathedral through there if you look carefully, and this is where the direction you'd come from. And we're going to carry on here through the gate here, heading towards the green again rather than away from it. Here's one of those wonderful perspectives of St Bartholomew's across the fields there. If you can see the Tinkers Hill pines. Cheltenham in the distance, Cleve Hill in the distance beyond that, and then we have the Field Oaks and St Andrew's Church just to the right there. And then you're looking at the Purton area of Churchdown, and you can just make out Churchdown School, the navy blue cladding on the side there. And we're going to walk across the field, keep going in this direction. So there you are, the Tinkers Hill pines again from the other end of the field. That's the path going across towards the gate on the lower circular walk. Field Oaks, and you can just see the houses down in the by the gateway to Purton Gate, and beyond that Churchdown School, and the tall trees sticking up there, that's the bottom of the field for Churchdown Village Junior School, and the airport's beyond. And we're going to walk down through the Kissing Gate here. Again, this bit of path here can be very tricky because it can get very wet, and yet for some reason it's pretty dry right now. It all seems a little bit skewed. So be careful with the rocks here. The path is pretty firm at the moment, but there are some jagged rocks and things, and you need to be very careful. The path, we're going to carry on up to the right here, finish the walk, but the path there goes down towards that gate there, which is the Station Road Gate. So here we are, we're just approaching the stile that joins the green at the other end of the lower circular walk. I've just come through the stile, and up there on the right, just hidden behind that hedge, is another stile, which is the path that goes up to the bottom of the wet steps and the top of Tinkers Hill that I mentioned as we came up from Buscombe Noak earlier. And we're going to just finish off the walk here. So this is the green, and we're literally going to rejoin where we came up. Up there to the right and ahead is the lane up to the church, and around to the left where I was stood when I started filming is Green Lane, which goes down towards Churchdown Village. And if you're walking up from the village or from the pub, this is the direction you'll take, particularly in the winter if you're doing the winter walk and you can't cross any of the fields. But you can go down that way, and it goes down to a mini roundabout, and opposite the mini roundabout, the other side I should say, there's a pathway that goes through to the free car park, and straight down beyond that to Churchdown Club and to the Old Elm. Hope that's been helpful, and see you on another walk soon.